Yep, this is where my belly fat first started at. I went from thinking I was never going to be able to get rid of this fat and give me that hourglass shape to finally achieving one of my biggest goals. I'm going to show you how I did it through training and, of course, nutrition. So today we have a back and bicep workout. Honestly, I never even thought that training your upper body was that important until I started taking my fitness journey more seriously. So one of my first and most biggest tips is to train that upper body because it gives you the illusion of that smaller waist, that hourglass that a lot of women are striving for, which is a lot of the reasons why people even get in the gym in the first place. And I'm not gonna lie, at first that was the main reason that I started working out, because I wanted to lose belly fat. As we all know, you cannot spot reduce fat, but like I just said, training upper body and training that back gives you that illusion of having a smaller waist. So I always like to start off with some assisted pull-ups because, like so many others, I am still not able to do my first pull-up, even though I have been in the gym for years now. Like, your girl is very focused on building that upper body strength, and I really love how much my back has changed. The progress in my back, it really does give you that illusion. So my second tip is limiting processed foods. I know a lot of people don't like to limit certain foods, or they don't want to cut out anything, but I'm not gonna lie, I seen the most progress when I stopped eating bags of chips, which was my favorite, cookies, like things like that. When I started cutting back on those things, I started seeing a lot of changes in my gut. It was going down and I wasn't as bloated. My third tip is portion sizes. So I'm a girl who can eat, like, I can really eat them Chipotle bowls. You know how they say you only supposed to eat half of the Chipotle bowl? Never knew that. I can definitely finish my whole Chipotle bowl if I really want to. But once I started more intuitive eating, I'm usually full a little bit past that halfway mark with that Chipotle bowl. So now, instead of just eating and eating and eating and eating just because it's right in front of me and it's there and it just tastes so good, I stop when I feel full because I don't like the feeling of being overfed and overeating. So really watching your portion size can change a lot of stuff dramatically, especially when it comes to those things that are really high in sugar or high in fats. We don't realize how much we're eating, I feel like. So I've actually went to certain measures as far as changing the size of my bowls and my plates, because in my house we have really big bowls, really big plates, and it's just not necessary, honestly. So those are my first three tips: processed foods, limiting those processed foods, limiting those portion sizes. These are things that I personally started doing and I became more intentional about when it came to all my meals, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, how big is this meal really? And I really feel satiated when I'm watching that stuff, and I just stopped eating at that point. Like, it's no need to, like, stuff myself with food, which is what I was doing in the beginning. And another thing I was doing is binge eating, but that's another topic for another day. So when it comes to limiting those processed foods, a lot of times our bodies are just craving that sugar. So this is where I up my fruit intake and really focus on eating fruits and snacks throughout the day. The way that I just ran home with Sky because I had to pee so bad from that freaking pre-workout. Like, I know the people driving by indeed thought that I was crazy, but I do not care. I had to pee so bad. Look at her. She breathing all hard. Sky, you okay? Oh my gosh. I didn't even stop to drop off her poop bag because I just had to pee. My bad, Sky. She was looking at me. I was looking at her. I'm like, we gotta get home. I gotta pee too bad. So like I said before, when I first started, I actually used to be very, very bloated, and I started to limit dairy, which was mostly cheese. Like, I have this thing with cheese where I just love it so much. So once I started limiting those foods, not only did I start feeling better, my skin got better, and just a lot of stuff changed. So I know there's people out there that preach don't, cut out anything, but dairy was a big one for me. And bloating is normal, but painful bloating was not okay with me. I did not like it at all. Another few specific foods that I include in my diet and make sure to get in there is healthy fats. So olive oil, which I used to drown my food in olive oil, y'all, not even looking at how many calories was in the olive oil. Like, I just used to drown it. So I do still do olive oil, but I do watch because I have a heavy hand with that. And then avocados, I love avocados so much. I can't eat avocado by itself, but avocado mash, love it. So I be sure to include avocados in my meals. Mostly like for breakfast, I'll have some avocado toast or some avocado dip, and then more greens. I realized that I was not getting my fiber in. I became too focused on protein. And yes, protein is very, very important because it leaves you feeling very satiated, and it helps you with building muscle and burning fat and your metabolism and all that good stuff. But those greens are very important also, and this helps you like have a bowel movement, go to the bathroom. And I always had a problem with that. Once I started like intentionally including greens in my meals, things got a whole lot better, and I started really seeing changes in my belly fat. That's actually a really big one. We don't even realize that we're not even getting our greens in. Like, I will go the whole day, meet my protein goal, and then be at the end of the day like, whoa, I didn't eat no greens today. Like, it was actually crazy. So one big thing that I'm also doing right now is changing the way that I train now. So first I was doing I started off with body recomposition, which is burning fat but building muscle at the same time. And you have to make sure that your protein intake meets your goals, that you're training how you need to train, and that you are also paying attention to how much water you're drinking. So I was doing a gallon a day back then. Right now, a gallon is a bit too much for me because I'm working now and I can't just be running to the bathroom any time that I want. So right now I'm drinking like half a gallon. That also helps with, going to the restroom. So that's another big one. And that also, of course, helps when it comes to losing weight. So I do that. And then berries, because I know I mentioned fruits, but my favorites are blueberries and strawberries, just because these are very low calorie and they are very high volume. So high volume is basically like low calorie, but they make you feel full so you can eat more of it. Like, if you look at the calories of berries, it's actually insane. And then they just taste great. Like, who doesn't love a good bowl of strawberries? Watermelon is another one of my favorite because it's mostly water, so that helps out like quite a bit. So I always have berries as like a little snack throughout the day. I love me some fruit, period. So that's always going to be easy for me, but that helps with like my sugar, because sometimes I just randomly crave like donuts, which I will have, but then it becomes a problem when I can sit there and just finish a whole box of donuts. Like, relax. And then sugary drinks like soda and stuff, I never really had a problem with it, but every now and then I do crave like juice randomly. I love cranberry juice and I love freshly squeezed juice. So when it comes to that, I try to like watch myself because I can get too carried away and I don't realize how much sugar is in those boxes or like those cans of drinks. So that's like, if you have a problem with them sodas and them sugars, you might want to watch yourself with those when it comes to trying to get that hourglass figure and lose that belly fat. This was me at the beginning of my fitness journey, and this is me now. I'm still headed towards my goals. I still implement all these things heavily more now because I'm really like cracking down on it. It's been a while and I feel like I should be further. That's just me personally. I'm really hard on myself. But make sure you click on my next what I eat in a day so you can get some more meal inspo, because meals are honestly the hardest part, and that's why I like to focus on foods and cooking. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and like and all that good stuff. Love y'all.